Okay, so let's play out this scenario. You're in your office and your boss comes in and he says the company's downsizing and everybody's job is at stake, but he really hopes you make the cut. And before he turns around and leaves, he says, "Good luck." Seriously? After that bomb, you got to go home to a bare fridge, no dinner, a house that looks like it was caught in a tornado, a stack of bills to pay, and a frustrated spouse. I got a question for you. Are you resilient enough to stay focused on what's right in your life? Do you have a reservoir of confidence, of energy and joy from which to draw that will allow you to remind yourself, and this is important, that this is just the game we call life, and that this too shall pass? The difference for most women between, on the one hand, feeling burnout, frustrated, resentful, tired, and defeated, and on the other hand, feeling connected, joyful, loving, grateful, and happy, is directly tied to their self-care practices. Self-care is that fuel for resilience, and it's resilience that allows us to stay positive and maintain our focus, even when those storms of life are smashing up against us from every angle. Self-care is the oxygen for happiness, peace, joy, and abundance. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone for just a minute because I want to share with you that in my experience, the vast majority of women that I've ever known or ever encountered drastically neglect themselves and their self-care. And I'm not a saint, trust me, I do not get this right all the time either, but it is something that I've become extremely intentional about in my life, and the result, frankly, is nothing short of dramatic. Unfortunately, making ourselves a priority is one of those things that just does not seem to come naturally to us as women. We're always taking care of everybody else first. We make sure our friends are happy, that our partners have what they need, that our children are safe, that other people's children are safe. Heck, we even put our fur babies' needs before our own. We women pile so many obligations and responsibilities on our plates that we've got absolutely no room to consider what we need. Self-care is critical, and it's not just critical for our own overall well-being, but also for the well-being of our loved ones. I mean, doesn't it just make sense that we can do a much better job of taking care of our loved ones when we're taking care of ourselves? By the way, the answer is a resounding yes, it does make sense. When our physical, emotional, and spiritual cups are all overflowing, the difference it makes in our resilience and in our energy level shows up oh so clearly in our lives. And those annoying and toxic coworkers don't bother us nearly as much, if at all. We're just much more connected with our kids, our partners, our lovers, and our friends. And it's easier to say no to things because we're in tune with ourselves and we're in touch with what's important to us. We believe we have all we need and our confidence is at an all-time high. We even stand taller. We walk and act with more purpose, and we do not question ourselves. And maybe this is most important of all, it's easier to smile and remind ourselves not to take life or ourselves so seriously. And that allows us to experience peace and joy with dramatically greater frequency and intensity. And by the way, in case you're wondering, self-care really doesn't have to mean taking several hours out of your week either, which I'm sure is pretty good because I'm guessing you don't have several extra hours. So here are the self-care basics. And please don't dismiss these. They are simple, but they make a real difference instantly in your life. Make healthy choices in what you eat, drink enough water, don't drink too much alcohol, get enough sleep, exercise, and allow some quiet time for yourself. I've got a list of some quick self-care ideas below the video, but for now, I challenge you to stop what you're doing right this moment and try this. It's less than a minute. Unless you're driving, of course, which is an entirely different discussion about self-care if you're watching a video while driving. Sit in a comfortable position with your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands in your lap in a relaxed position. Close your eyes. Take 3 long, deep, cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, making the out breath twice as long as the in breath. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now just sit still for a few seconds. Voila, there's your 1-minute vacation. I bet you feel better already, don't you? And you know what? All you had to do was stop and breathe. There's plenty more where that came from, too. If you'll just click on the link below this video, you can check out some 10 and 60-minute self-care options that I've got available. And don't forget to breathe. Do it and post a comment on the blog because I'm really curious to know what you experienced.